friends, welcome back to my channel. This is January 28th of 2022, and I thought that we would do a Friday Reads today. I think that I might have mentioned in one of my like 2022 goals type things that I did that one of my goals was to do a reading vlog every week all year was my original intent. And I put out one reading vlog at the beginning of January and then promptly never did it again. I think that that goal is officially failed, and that's fine. I will still, put out some random vlogs here and there, but I'm not going to pressure myself to do vlogs. I mean, as long as I tell you guys what I'm reading and give you some reviews and things, I feel like it's fine. So this is going to kind of serve as my January wrap up, because while I am still reading a couple of books, I feel like I will probably be finished with at least one of the two books I'm currently reading by today. I have to do it by today. It's kind of like I kind of had to have a deadline on one of them. So I feel like it's the 28th. There's a few more days left in the month, but I'm not going to pressure myself to read like an entire book or something by the end of the month. So I have been, okay, so first, sorry, this is already rambly, but you know me. One of the things that I found in January, whenever I realized like I didn't have anything to film in the second half of the month for a reading vlog, was because I wasn't reading as much. I was just enjoying just physically reading, which a lot of my reading for the past couple of years has been audiobooks, but I really kind of burned myself out on audiobooks for a while, and I was really enjoying just sitting down and physically reading, which hasn't happened in a really long time. And I was also trying to catch up on all the beginning of the year, end of the year BookTube and FlossTube videos that I had in my watch later list. And I'm not somebody who typically has a huge watch later list. I try to keep up with it for the most part. But yeah, I had a ton in my view, I had a ton. So I was trying to catch up on those, and I was crafting, and I was just enjoying not reading a lot. So I didn't really have enough to fill up a vlog for each week of January. So we'll see if that changes as the months go on. I might be able to do weekly reading vlogs and feel like I have enough content, but not really sure. So hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. So anyway, let's just get right into it, and we'll talk about what I have read in the month of January and what I am currently reading. The first book that I read in January, you did get a reading vlog on at that point, and that is Tilly and the Lost Fairy Tales. This is by Anna James, and it is the second book in the Pages & Co. Middle grade mystery series, I guess you would call it. In this book, we follow Tilly and her friend Oscar, who are book wanderers, which we find out in the first book means that they can travel in and out of classic books. And at the end, I probably shouldn't say much about the plot since this is the second one, but in this one, they are kind of still trying to solve the mystery of the first book, and there is a lot of political type, it's middle grade, but it's kind of library politics, I guess. I I forget what their library is called. The Under Library, maybe, but I feel like that's from another book. I It might be the Under Library. I can't remember, but it's like the magical library amidst the regular library system in England. So, and actually all over the world, but this series takes place uh, in England. So anyway, there's a lot of political stuff going on in this, and but it's real easy to digest because it's middle grade. The only thing that I was not a big fan of, but I understand that it's kind of a coming of age thing, is that Tilly was getting that like preteen angst type thing where she is kind of feeling like she should be treated more as an adult and somebody who knows as much as the adults about this particular situation, when in reality she really doesn't. And that kind of bravado gets her and her friend Oscar in trouble. And yeah, so I can't really say a whole lot more about this without giving spoilers, but it was really good and it really made me want to pick up the third book. I believe that this book is going to take place in America, or at least partly in America, because of certain things that are talked about in this book. So I'm really excited to read that next one. I believe currently there are 4 books out in the series. So I'm really excited to continue with this series and to add to my collection, because I have the first 2 books and I just love the covers of these and need to get the next 2. The next book that I read is Ruth by Elizabeth Gaskell, and this is the last book that I needed to read in my quest to complete all of the novels, or the main novels of Elizabeth Gaskell. I buddy read this one with my friend Joe Smith, and we both really enjoyed this. I think we both enjoyed it to varying degrees, but I really liked this. It is a sad story, as you can potentially tell from the bleak midwinter kind of cover that's on it. But at the same time, I felt like there was hope at the end of this book. People might disagree with me, but I really enjoyed the characters in this book. It follows Ruth, and as most Victorian novels go with this kind of a cover, uh, she was kind of lured into, basically she's an unwed mother at the for all of the book pretty much. But unlike a lot of Victorian novels, she is helped and forgiven in a lot of ways by various people in this book. Not all people in this book. I mean, there is definitely a lot of prejudice towards an unwed mother in this book, and in the Victorian era at large. But generally, I just felt like this was given. We were given a lot of hope and a lot of like comfort, I guess, at the end of this book, if that's something that can happen in such a sad book. But I plan on doing kind of my ranking of all of Elizabeth Gaskell's novels now that I am done with them. So I think I might wait on that until Victober, but I should probably make some notes now before I forget. Otherwise, yeah, I probably won't do it if I don't make notes now. So we'll see. But I really enjoyed this book. I would say 4 stars, 4.5 stars, 4.5 stars. The next book I read, I really can't talk about. I did a beta read for someone that is like a friend of a friend of a friend, and I really enjoyed it. And but it's like not ready for publication yet, and I didn't ask the author if I could talk about more of the particulars on my channel, so I'm not going to, but I just wanted you to kind of get a sense of what I've been reading. So I did, in my own personal tracking, in my Hobonichi Weeks reading journal. I did track it as a book that I read this year, but I couldn't do it on Goodreads because it is not an actual book that exists in the public domain or the public world at this point. So, but that is just another book that I read. So I wanted to put that out there as a thing so that you knew why maybe there was like so few books that I act like I read in the month of January. And the final book that I have currently finished in the month of January is Miss Austen by Gil Hornsby, I think, or Jill Hornsby. I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, but I read this as part of Tanya's book club. Tanya from The Sampler Girl, which I feel like she's changed her channel name. I can't remember. But anyway, she'll be linked down below, whatever her channel name is now. But yeah, we all know Tanya. If you follow my channel, chances are you follow Tanya. And she is running a book club via Goodreads. And I actually have not participated via Goodreads yet. I think there was maybe going to be a discussion on there, but I'm not really good at the social end of Goodreads. I just kind of track my reading on it. So I have to go back and look to see what's going on there. But I did read it and I did really enjoy it. This is the only book this month that I read via audiobook, and I really enjoyed the narrator. I cannot, for the life of me, remember who it is, but I know that I like them. I'll put it on the bottom of the screen because I am drawing a blank. But it is a really good narrator. I love her narration for all like British audiobooks. And this one follows, as you might guess, Jane Austen, and mainly Jane Austen's sister, Cassandra, who is mainly referred to as Cassie throughout this book. And it just basically is like a reimagining of their life together and Cassie's romances and her disappointments and how she kind of came to terms with being a spinster. We know from history that she was engaged at one point, and her betrothed died, and she just never married after that. And this is kind of a reimagining of perhaps why she never married. So yeah, it was really interesting. It was a slow novel. I'm glad that I listened to it via audiobook. I'm not sure that I would have enjoyed it as much physically reading it because much like novels of Jane Austen's period, it is a lot of like talking, like just a lot of parlor room type or drawing room type of scenes, and I love that. But I think in a scenario of the month that I was in, I might have had a harder time trying to get through something like that. Unless I just kind of feel like unless it is an actual classic, that I am expecting that to happen. If it's a modern book, but it's historical fiction, basically, I kind of want there to be a little bit more action. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. But overall, I just really thought this book was charming, and it was kind of fun to reimagine these famous people's lives and why we don't know a lot about them, and just how their relationships might have worked out. So I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that Tanya gave me the excuse to read this before Jane Austen July. So now on to what I am currently reading, even though I will probably finish either one, if not both, of these by the end of January. So the first of those currently readings is In the Company of Others by Jane Karen. And this, did I say Jane? Jan Karen. um, this is the 11th book in the Mitford Years series. Actually, I believe this is called a Father Tim novel. So I feel like maybe this is sort of like a second series within a series. I'm not really sure. But this one takes place in Ireland. Father Tim and his wife Cynthia, have gone to Ireland for a vacation, and things do not work out the way they expected, and there's a lot of drama. Well, I'm not going to talk too much about this one because actually our live stream for this book is tonight. If hopefully if I get this posted on the same day that I'm filming it, it is tonight at 7:30 Eastern time. So you should definitely join us. I feel like this is going to be a mixed bag for all of us that host this. The host of the Mitford Years read along is myself, Kate Howell, Angie from Literary Labors, and Chelsea from Voyage of a Time Wanderer. And I feel like this is definitely going to be a mixed bag of reviews. So yeah, I am liking it. It is definitely not my favorite. We'll just go with that. I enjoyed it more than I enjoyed the last one, but that's as far as I'm going to go. I still have about, I think I looked at it a little bit ago, and I have 71 pages to go, and I need to have it read by 7:30 tonight. So after I'm done filming this, I'm going to continue to read this. I actually have this now on Kindle, and I'm getting talk to text to read the rest of it to me. I wish I didn't have to do that because the audio, or not the audiobook, the ebook was like $12. And I have the physical book and had been reading the physical book, but I miscalculated the amount of days I had to read it before our live, and I knew I was not going to get it finished. So I bought the book. So I kind of, it's not that like $12 is a ton, but sometimes for an ebook that feels like a lot of money. And when I know it's not like an absolute favorite book, I'm kind of like, I just wasted my money. But whatever, it's fine. And I will get it done by the live stream, so that makes it worth it. And the last book that I am currently reading, I am very, very excited about, because it is my very first ARC that was sent to me by the author, and that is Murder at North Pond, the first in the Frostfall Island mystery series by London Lovett, my very favorite mystery author. London actually reached out to me on Instagram and asked me if I would like an advanced reader's copy of this book. And of course I was like, yes, please. Thank you. Yeah. And it kind of took a while to get to me. I started seeing all these other people getting theirs on Instagram, and I was like, come on, post office, where's my copy? And it finally got to me. So I feel like a lot of other people have finished theirs already, but I am like maybe, I don't know, 4 chapters in, and I really wanted to just binge it and read it all in like a couple of days. But then I realized that I miscalculated the amount of time I had to read in the company of others. So I had to put this down to try to get that one read by our live today. So, but after I finish that book, I am definitely going to binge this one for the next few days. So I will probably get it done before the end of January. So far, I am really enjoying it. Like I said, I'm about 4 chapters in. We're just starting to get the background of the character. This follows Anna St. James. She is a single lady living on the kind of remote East Coast island of Frostfall Island, and she runs a boarding house. And it's just like a really fun cast of characters who live and work at the boarding house. She has a fun dog cozy companion, and she has a very touching backstory that also has a little bit of mystery, I feel like, involved. I feel like it's going to come to something later, but I don't know. I haven't actually gotten to the murder yet, but I feel like it's going to come soon. The nice thing about London's books, well, aside from they're just good and they're fun, is they're also pretty quick reads. They're not very long, and so I feel like really accomplished when I can get one done in like 1 or 2 days, because I am a very slow physical reader, but I love reading her books physically. She has one of her other series has some audiobooks for them, but most of them are just physical. So, but yeah, and also she just does the most amazing covers. I don't know if this is the final cover of this book. Probably. I don't know. I don't know how that works, but but I just love this cover, and it's kind of different from the other covers I've seen of hers, but they are it's equally as gorgeous as the other ones. So I guess I'm just going to be collecting these to put on my shelves as well. So I will hopefully come back at the beginning of February with a full review of this book, whether it be in a reading vlog if I actually do one, or just its own thing, its own review video. But so far, I would say it's getting 2 thumbs up from me. So, friends, that is my kind of month in review and my currently reading list. I plan to hopefully this weekend, possibly, give you a TBR video for my TBR for Feb Regency and also for the Library Love Readathon that I am co-hosting with a bunch of other booktubers. And yeah, I'm maybe hoping to like kind of tie in my Feb Regency with the Library Love Readathon. Maybe, I don't know. I'm pretty sure that I will not be able to just stick to Regency, um, Regency books for the entire month of February, but possibly. Uh, so, yeah, that's about all I have for you today. So, I am going to go and I will talk to you in my TBR video. Bye, friends.